Is the RMX 86 compared to the Dagger Indra. You know, surprisingly, a lot of people talked about other boats this compared to, but look at the RMX compared to the Indra. The flat tail, how it pinches down right there. I know the RMX is longer. I think it's 9'4", and it's 86 gallons, where this is 90 gallons, and it's because it's tapered and it's stretched out more. But one thing I noticed more than anything, the tail on this thing, so the tail rocker is right at about 10 inches, which is 10.5, which is almost identical to the Indra, almost identical tail rocker, but the bow rocker is an inch lower. We're around 18.5 or 18.25 on the bow here, and almost dead on 17 right there. And you can see the narrowness up here. I'm not going to be long with this video. I just wanted to show you how narrow that is and how wide that is. Very different philosophies on what they did on these boats. Obviously, this boat's a couple years old, so I get it. It's a little bit like older model, but overall, looking at it, it was, when I first paddled this thing, I was telling everybody I thought this was one of Liquidlogic's best boats they've ever made. It's a little bit ahead of its time. It was one of the first kind of sport creekers out on the market. A lot of people might argue that with me. You had the Ninja and this, that was the first one to start doing that tapered tail, and this is long and more rounded. I will get into the hull. Outfitting, badass outfitting. Not my favorite, but you know what, it works. I never really had any complaints with this thing. Adjustable seat, adjustable thigh braces, ratchet adjustable seat, ratcheted back band. The thigh braces and the Daggers are the best I've ever seen going forward. They nailed it on those engaged thigh braces. Overall, you can see they didn't put the swim handles on there. They have one big handle. That doesn't bother me. I think that's the same on that. And looking at it down here like this, kind of show you, see how much fatter that rocker is. And when they, the volume, when they added that volume in that tail, it took away a little bit of the load that you can get on there, but you still can do it. You can kind of do those new school kind of load moves on that. So there's the overall deck and the shapes of these things. And as I was showing you, very wide out here. This comes in a little over 27. I think that's about 26 and something. But let me roll these things over and show you what really makes these things paddle differently. And when you look at the hulls on this RMX, see that distance from here to here, where you look at the distance from here to here. When you kind of look at these two, rounded out and more tapered right there. And you can see how this is narrow, where that's, man, that thing's wide up there. I think it's 15 inches from here to here. So that's a very wide bow. And this to me looks like maybe 12. It actually has a little ridge right there. The edges run about the same on both of these, all the way to the tips. The edges are very similar to each other, actually looking at it. Surprisingly similar, but it's just the distance, that distance hull, and that's what makes this thing a very forgiving creeker. Everybody, I've been paddling this boat for about 2 years. I really like the RMX. I think Liquidlogic did a really good job on it. Love the Indra. The Indra is one of the better boats on the market today, in my opinion. This thing is a beast when you get volume around it. This is more of a hybrid, and that you can kind of see it on that drop here and drop here. So it's more well-rounded. It's kind of like an everything boat, where this is more specialized for big water, huge holes, drops, things like that, skimming away. This thing's a beast on it, and it's very planing, and that's more kind of planing than kind of a hybrid on that. There's you a good idea of these tails. Look at that. Very flat, where that's more like wide, and this is very flat with negative rocker on there. I think the RMX is more of a everything type boat, kind of does it all, and it's very fast. 9'4", hybrid planing hull, super fast, definitely faster than Indra. You guys leave in the comments below if you've paddled both, because I always like hearing what you have to say if you paddled the RMX 86 or the Indra. All right, see you all in the next video.